What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another FPL video. My name is Mo, and today I'll be going through my team selection for Game Week 3. Game Week 2 has just finished, all the bonus points have come in. We'll reflect on how I did. I've played my wild card, so we'll go through my thought process for any transfers that I make this week, which players I'm targeting, and how my team will be shaping in the coming game weeks. If you're new around here, thank you very much for viewing. Hit that like button and please do subscribe. The family is growing and I do appreciate all the support that you guys are giving to me. So let's have a reflection on how I did. So I started the game week around 700k in rank. So my rank has gone up to 418k. I'm in the top 5% of managers at the moment in the world who are playing this current game, which is over 9 million managers at the moment. Overall, I'm really happy with the game week. A few blanks, which disappointed me, but overall, I think the average was 44 points and I got 57. So let's reflect in terms of the team itself. So I decided to bench Onana and play Turner. At the start of the week, I would say after the first game where Turner conceded, I kind of thought, oh my god, I've made a mistake. I think Onana may get a clean sheet, where I wasn't too hopeful, to be fair, but he could get some save points. But overall, I actually got more points for Turner in, so I'm happy with that overall. He won't be playing in Game Week 3, I can assure you, but it was a good, rotation for goalkeepers that I've tried for a first time after a long time. So Turner was in goal, so didn't really get much returns there. But I think that was kind of like the general consensus, that if people had Turner over Onana, Pickford, goalkeepers that they had in their teams, they did choose Turner because of the fixture. The overall goals conceded wasn't too bad by Forest, but I think it was just a wonderful strike. And if you were going to concede for that goalkeeper, then I think I'd take that strike any day. Now, what saved my team massively was Stupinian once again. He got I would say, a fortunate assist from about 40 yards out, where Mitoma went and finished off absolutely insanely. What a beautiful goal. So if you guys haven't seen it, please do check it out on the match replay or highlights. 11 points, so he got me an assist and some bonus points in there as well, so happy days in that regards. Overall with Brighton, one more good fixture to come, but then the fixtures get a bit more challenging. But overall with my team structure, I may continue to play him even during the difficult game weeks. And then I've got Guardiola, got me 6 points. So I had a lot of people question me before the deadline, why Guardiola, will he start, will he not? I think at 5 million he's probably one of the most nailed on defenders once the fully fit squad comes back. So that includes John Stones and Ruben Dias. But I think for 5 mil, if I can get into the best defence and have kind of, there's never a fully nailed on player unless you're Haaland or a fully fit Kevin De Bruyne or Edison. Even he gets rotated here and there with Ortega. But I think, Guardiola was a good shout against Newcastle. They were at home. Newcastle had chances, but I think I'll take the 6 points, which helped me massively. And to counteract that with Arsenal's clean sheet, that helped me a lot. If Arsenal had conceded, I think my rank would have been around the top, maybe 150k. But with the bonus points that came in for Saliba, that kind of did dent my rank slightly. But, overall, not too disappointed with Guardiola's pick. But Chilwell was the one which kind of really disappointed me. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, guys, Chelsea, I haven't chosen their defence when I brought in even Reece James or Chilwell for their defensive side, because I still think they're susceptible. But I think with, Caicedo and Lavio, they're going to be better. But, they still need to embed into the team. The next fixture against Luton seems a bit more, better on paper. But I still think they can score, even though it's at Stamford Bridge. But Chilwell got a point, got taken off around 61 minutes. Chelsea conceded 3 goals as well. So I wasn't too sure about what the plan was there from Poch himself. But, if that's in a positive sense, I'd rather him taken off at that point, because, it's good rest for him and he wasn't injured. So it's a good shout in that perspective. But overall, quite disappointed. But I expect better things from Chilwell in the next coming game weeks, because they've got a really good fixture swing in itself. Mbemo saved a lot of teams at the moment, to be fair. At the start of the game week, his ownership was around under 10%, so about 9.5%, with 16 points coming in. I saw some teams which randomly captained him as well, so massive shout out to those people who did go for him as even captaincy. But 16 points, really good fixtures for Brentford coming up as well. Visser double ups seems like a good pick up front. He's gone up in price to 6.1 mil, but he's got 2 penalties and he's converted both. He won't be getting a penalty every single week, but overall he looks really promising. And who needs Tony, guys, when you can get the route into Mbemo for Brentford's attack? Overall, quite satisfied, along with Mitoma at the moment and Diaby. Those are the top three 6.5 mil midfielders that I see in the game in itself. Can't really say the same about Eze. Was disappointing against Arsenal in this game week, but you know, he's got good fixtures coming up, and after game week 4 he's going to be a target for most teams for FPL, because I think, you know, they've got good fixtures coming up. But 2 points, another blank, but I think there's better things to come, and I think I'll back him. You know, I've backed him through, you know, the 2 games he's blanked, but I think he will come good in the near future. Crystal Palace did give it a go. You know, it wasn't a red card for Tomiyasu, but it just wasn't their night. So Eze, good things to come. He had a free kick, but he put it into the crowd. But let's wait and see. My choice for captaincy for Salah, it did pay off, but it could have been better. He lost 2 points for missing a penalty, so that could have given me another 4 points. However, you know, I'll take 10 points over the 2 that Haaland got. It wasn't the damage that I expected. If I could have got, you know, the expected kind of like points that I wanted, I definitely think I could have achieved a 100k rank this game week. But overall, Salah will stay for me. I'm not going to knee-jerk him. And I think I'm going to back him throughout the fixtures he does have, because, you know, he will score, he will get opportunities, but out the Liverpool kind of forward line, you know, Darwin Núñez has done incredible, Jota's been good, and will Salah still be even on penalties? That's going to be another question, because we've had 2 penalty takers who we kind of thought were nailed on penalty takers. Ollie Watkins and Saka didn't take penalties this week, so that'd be something that'd be worth watching. But I think even from open play, he's absolutely, you know, insane in terms of like his goal output, so I'll back him for now. Maddison was disappointing. He kind of went off with a foot brace and crutches at the end of the game, so they're saying it's precautionary, but we just never know. He's got a yellow flag and he's 75% likelihood of playing. Spurs have some really good fixtures from game week 3 to 5, and that was the reason why I kind of brought him in for my wild card. But, you know, I'm a bit susceptible, and, you know, if he is injured, there are better opportunities and better players at the 7.5 million mark for me to bring into my squad. Saka, we already discussed about, you know, penalties being taken off him. So, but Arteta said something really important, that, you know, that wasn't the plan to give it to Odegaard. So I guess that decision was made on the pitch. But who knows? He might be back on the penalties. But disappointing, because that would have been a few more points into my team. Haaland up front, 2 points, blanked. Had 2 chances, put it past the post. Overall, quite a quiet game for him. So, you know, not one of those big games, but, you know, he's got some really good fixtures coming up in the next 6, so we can expect some fireworks from him, and I definitely will be captaining him more frequently over the next couple of game weeks. Nicholas Jackson, again, disappointing. Had some good chances, had blanked in the first 2 game weeks, so will there be a rush to get him in as soon as possible for other managers? Will they stick with Ollie Watkins and João Pedro, who was benched this week? So we'll have to wait and see what's coming off the back of that. So overall, 57 points, and if we review my bench as well, Onana 2 points, Henry 5, which was pretty decent, to be fair. They had 7 minutes added on in their game. Gusto got me 1, and Archer got me 0. So let's look at the players, guys. I've already done a transfer plans video, so do check that out as well. But the 2 players that are mine got for this game week to bring into my squad, at number 1 is Phil Foden. So he was absolutely incredible this game week. Got all the bonus points and got a 9-point return. His fixtures coming up are Sheffield United away, Fulham at home, West Ham away, Nottingham Forest at home, and Wolves away, Arsenal and Brighton. So good fixtures coming up. Now, is he kind of like nailed to start? I can't guarantee that in any form. That's why I've got a strong bench, and I'll kind of rely upon it as well. But if he does start, he has proven that he can deliver with the faith of Pep. You know, with De Bruyne out, Bernardo Silva suffering from illness, Ilkay Gundogan gone, Mahrez gone. You know, this is the best opportunity for him and Alvarez to get minutes under his belt. I know they're looking to sign new players in Man City, but look, he's a good player, and he's through and through City from the ranks of, you know, their up-and-coming players and from their kind of like academy. So I think there'll be good chance from him to get good points. So he's someone who I'm at number 1 targeting to bring into this game week, and I have done. Who was close by at number 2 at the same price bracket as well was Luis Diaz. Now, he's been fantastic, returned in both games, but they got Newcastle away, Aston Villa at home, Wolves, West Ham. You know, some really good fixtures from an attacking perspective. I don't expect much from them defensively. Trent, you know, at 8 mil, potential injury might be worthwhile, you know, looking at an alternative for him and using those funds elsewhere if you've got 2 free transfers. So that might be a good shot. But Diaz was really close and is on my radar. So I've not brought him in this game week, but I definitely will be looking at him as a potential option for myself in game weeks to come. But at the moment, he's playing really well, and I think, you know, there's good things to come from Diaz and Liverpool from an attacking perspective. But a good comeback from them after being 1-0 down. Let's just wait and see how they do in their upcoming fixtures. And here it is, guys, that I'm going to be releasing now and showing you guys my team for game week 3. So here it is. So I've made one transfer, so it's Phil Foden that comes in, but we'll discuss him in a moment. So we've got Onana in goal, Nottingham Forest at home. I'm hopeful of a clean sheet. Could get some save points as well, because Forest have done well attacking wise, and United defensively have been absolutely shocking. So Onana sticks in goal and he comes back into my squad. The back three remain the same. Estupinian at home to West Ham. Guardiola away to Sheffield United. Now I've got Gusto as a first sub rather than Henry. There's two reasons. Firstly, I expect Crystal Palace to score, even though they're away at Brentford, but I think there should be some goals in this game. So from that perspective, Rico Henry is kind of like not first priority. But Gusto has Luton at home. Now I think even if he gets like 70 to 75 minutes and they can keep a clean sheet, happy days, and I can double up on the Chelsea defence. This might be only the one odd week that I'd kind of hope that I would double up on them. But overall, I'm not too confident around their ability to defend a clean sheet. But we'll wait and see. So I hope Guardiola starts, because I think, at Sheffield, even though they're away, Man City should be able to keep a clean sheet. And Chilwell, being my number 9, I'm only messing, he's in the squad, and I hope, he could go big this game week. We just don't know. But that is the back line. And then we got Mbemo, Crystal Palace at home, on set pieces, has had a fiery start. His ownership has gone up, one of the most highly transferred in players along with Foden in this game week. A lot of people are knee-jerking from Manchester United assets. I would say hold off. If I still owned Rashford and Bruno, I would like to hold them for this game week. But if I was to remove one of them, it most likely would be Rashford, because I just don't think it's not working for him up front. He's more of a left-sided player. So until Højlund doesn't come back, or if Martial starts up front, he looks a lot more potent. But if you were to drop one of the two Manchester United assets, I would say keep Bruno, because he's on set pieces. And he was unlucky not to score. 6 yards out, headed it over, should have buried that. And then Man United should have had a penalty. So we could have been looking at, maybe a 15-point return for Bruno. And then no one will be selling him because he's done well and he's got Forest coming up. So that's the only kind of advice I can give, or recommendation, to hold on to Bruno if you can. If you want to get rid of Rashford, ultimately I wouldn't recommend it. But if you do, it makes sense for you, and then why not make that transfer as soon as possible. And then Phil Foden, as I've mentioned, has come in for Sheffield United away. I do want something from Manchester City. I would like a lot from Manchester United, to be fair. I think I'm saying what I feel. But, from Man City, I do want more than just Haaland. And I think, Phil Foden, Alvarez, Grealish, if he starts, are main kind of providers for him. Even Rodri's done really well. Is he the new Gundogan for the season? I've been keeping a close eye on him. So let's wait and see. But Foden comes in for now. It was close between him and Diaz. I also looked at Enzo Fernandez, but he missed that penalty, so that kind of fully put me off him. But otherwise, I think that would have been something that I'd been looking at in terms of a Chelsea midfielder. So Foden comes in. Salah remains. He's going to be away to Newcastle. I haven't put the vice captaincy on him. I've put that on Saka because they've got Fulham at home. So let's say for some odd reason Haaland doesn't feature in the game or is rested, which I highly doubt he will be, then at least it falls back on Fulham at home for Saka rather than me going for Salah away at Newcastle. And then he's not even on penalties anymore, so that might kind of I'm deciding who else could be my backup penalty taker. It could be, I could even put vice captaincy on Mbemo, to be fair. For fairness, he fully deserves it. So that's not really that crucial, but we'll just wait and see. But for now, it's on Saka. And then we've got Eze at Brentford away. Fingers crossed he gets me a return. I've backed him all pre-season. I've backed him for the first 2 games. He's one of the highest transferred out players, so people have kind of lost faith in him. But I'll keep faith in him for a bit longer. I think he will come good soon. And from game week 4, his fixtures do get a lot better. And I can show you that as well from his fixtures. So let's have a look. So Brentford away, then he's got Wolves, Villa, and Fulham and Manchester United, then Forest. So some good fixtures for a 5-week run. I think I'm definitely going to back him till around game week 9. And there's a lot of managers at the moment talking about Mo Salah and Liverpool assets from game week 9 as well. So I can show you guys his fixtures from game week 9: Everton, Forest, Luton, Brentford. So good fixtures there as well. So at the moment I've got these players and I think I'll back him for the long run. And then captaincy will be on Haaland. Hopefully he can get a return this time, and I won't be sitting behind the sofa worried about whether he'll get a haul or not, but I think he'll do well away at Sheffield. And then Nicholas Jackson at home to Luton. Is this the time when he gets his first Premier League goal or a return? We'll be eager to see. And that's how my 11 lines up for game week 3. And on the bench, I've got Turner, Gusto as my first sub. As I mentioned, I'd like to take advantage of the Chelsea potential clean sheet if Guardiola doesn't play. And then Rico Henry and then Archer at 4.5. So I played my 1-free transfer, no hits taken, 418k rank. I'm in the top 5% of the managers in the world at the moment. Happy days. This is the kind of lineup I have. Let me know what your thoughts are. The template didn't do so well this week, but with the fixtures that we're coming up with next week, we've got Fulham at home for Arsenal. So Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, I expect to do well. We've also got Rashford and Bruno, so I expect them to do well as well. So maybe one more week, guys, because when the squads were made, we all thought about the first 3 to 4 game weeks. So yes, it hasn't gone well for 2 game weeks, but we should think about it. We've backed him for that period. Maybe give him one more chance, and let's not knee-jerk if not needed. So, but if you've got transfers to play and you can improve your squad elsewhere, feel free to play that as well. But overall, this is what my team is looking like for Game Week 3, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've liked the video, thank you so much for viewing. Please hit that subscribe button, and please do hit the like button as well. My name is Mo. I'll be back with some more content and live streams this week. Thank you so much for viewing. Have a good day. Best luck for Game Week 3 and get those teams locked in as soon as possible. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.